Special thanks to the super sponsors of my channel and the Ramp community. They are Schumann 3D Blast, Shinewolf, Ryan Devil 23, Ministry of Ennui Control, Miku, Metric Conversion, Nubix Cube, Velsheran, A, Bender Waffles, Feek, Thingy, the Temporal Discussion Podcast, Lemon 314, Lord Entropy, and Avalay Long. Visit David X Newton on Patreon to join us. Well, Ramp 2023 has shot out of the gate. We have 85 maps just now in progress, and it's still early in June, so I thought I'd take a chance to show you around the hub. Like the two ramps before, this game's going to be based on a hub map that contains portals to all the submitted maps, and optionally you can take part in a game that encourages going through those maps and collecting things, if you like. The bases last year were fairly anonymous, but this year I'm attempting to group maps loosely by theme and have zones that you can transport yourself to from this platform in space. This one is the first area that I made. This is a futuristic base using Ukiru's wonderful OTEX texture pack, and it's going to contain Doom staple vague futuristic industrial looking buildings. You get back and forth between these areas with these hexagonal portals. Here, portals aren't strictly necessary. I don't really do a lot of trickery with them, but they do make things easier to arrange from a mapping point of view. Obviously, there's a bit of My House inspiration going as well, and I think we'll see that in a lot of the maps this year as well. Here's another place. This one's called the Infernal Castle. This one's going to have maps obviously based on castles and also on hell environments. I may separate the hell environments out later if we get enough of them. The background music, by the way, is based on a DOS game called Quadralian, based on a remake by L. Patrick's F on YouTube. I haven't actually asked him if I can use it yet, and I really should get around to doing that because I really love this version of it. Right across the road, a set of caves, which I really like the look of. OTEX gives you just such a rich selection of rocky outdoor textures that we're really missing from Doom 2. This one's for underground maps and temples and ruins. I might add some more temples and ruins aesthetics here because really it's mostly cave just now. I've been trying to challenge myself a bit this year, which is probably a bad idea. Having to make environments that I don't normally work with while also organising a project this large. Now, I realised that tech bases, quite early on, I realised that bases were going to be far and away the biggest theme. People submitting those at a much higher rate than any other map. So I made a second base zone. This one's the UAC base, specifically. And it's entirely built on standard Doom 2 textures. It's going to be for levels that either stick to that kind of aesthetic or stick to design philosophies that are quite close to the original Doom games. Next to that, if I go down these stairs, is the town square. I actually recently redid this from the original because I didn't like my first attempt at it. But this was going to be for maps set on more urban areas, Doom 2 city levels, or we have some medieval looking ones here as well already. I've dotted in some decorations provided by existing maps from the set, and I'm sure there will be more as well. Still to build a lot of that one out. This one is the Twilight Zone now for maps that work a bit differently. Maybe they're set in abstract spaces like this one, or they experiment with genres other than first-person shooting, or they do some strange things with portals and so on. I'm always surprised by how much work people put into these experiments that they submit to my project. It really is extremely flattering. And over here, under the big Ramp 2023 LED sign, this is the entrance to the overarching game for this year, but you'll see what happens in that as I go through it. It's tied in with this diagram here and other diagrams that you'll find throughout this course. And these numbers are tied into map numbers, and they're randomly shuffled for each new game, so for different people, different maps are going to be in key spots. This means that map numbers are going to be important, and you're going to need to look up maps by their number. So our map guide has a new feature now. Like before, you still have the alphabetical list, and you can go through that way. Or we have this new keypad, which, by the way, took absolutely ages to work out how to do a keypad with buttons one above the other. But you can just key in a number, and you'll be then given an arrow on your map guiding you to the portal. So we have our environment, people are submitting maps to it, and I need to get to playing them. So I hope you will join the project, either contributing a map of your own or just playing with what people have submitted, and you will start seeing some feedback videos from me starting very soon.